Morning, Watch World. Welcome to my outdoor review of the Lobinni 1888. It's my latest addition to my fancy watch movement watches. I've been collecting a couple of them. They just fascinate me, these fancy movements. I have this Sugess here with a ST3600 movement in it. Let me get you centered up there. It's a beautiful skeletonized movement. All engraving done, like a scroll work all in it. Anyway, I'll post a review to these other watches, or a link to my review to these other watches, which I've done already. This is my Sugess 1908 with a moonphase chronograph. Really beautiful texture dial. Anyway, I will welcome my newest addition, which is the Lobinni. Lobinni with a micro-rotor. My first micro-rotor watch. I guess these are supposed to be thinner, because the micro-rotor allows the movement to be, thinner movement, allowing, skinnier watches, which appealed to me. This one kind of has a vibe, like a trench watch vibe. Although most trench watches are, have loomed indices and stuff. These have applied indices and make it more of a dressier, trench watch. And it has a small second hand, and you see the railroad track kind of design for the markers there. Real beautiful watch. It's got domed sapphire on it, slight dome to it. I think it's double domed because it doesn't have much for distortion, and even on the back has sapphire. So for a $200 watch with a really fancy movement and sapphire front and back, I'll go over all the specs here in a minute, but just really appealed to me as a nice dressy kind of watch. I had to find a better strap for it immediately. I hate the ones that come with the faux croc straps. It had a deployment buckle, deployment clasp kind of thing, and I got rid of that and put on a nice distressed kind of leather. I forgot who makes this. I'll have to look it up and add that to my description. I saw this movement on a couple other watches, a couple micro-brand watches. They were, of course, more expensive, and although I liked them, this one had just a simpler design or look to it. Got a nice kind of onion crown, signed Lobinni. What else can I talk about? Oh, the kind of skeletonized hands. Let you still read that second hand. That's a perfect time for it, so you can see that. Pretty cool. And the back, it's got some really fine writing. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. It is a high beat movement. Mine's running about plus 20 seconds when I have it face up with my clock tuner app. And you can see that little micro-rotor working in there. A lot of perlage work, little decorated movement. Kind of nice. Fun to look at. And I really like the fact they put a nice sapphire glass on the back so it won't get scratched up and you can enjoy looking at it. Looks like it's 50-meter water resistant. There's the 1888. Of course, sapphire and automatic. All polished. The case is all polished. There's no satin brushing anywhere. Just a fully polished case. In fact, that reminds me, when I got this strap, it had a brushed buckle. So I switched that out with one from a different watch strap. So if you do follow the link or whatever where I found this strap, if you're looking for one, don't forget might need to switch that out to get it to match the watch. Before I get into the measurements and weight, let me do a wristwatch check real quick. This is the Casio A168. This is my attempt at cosplay. If you've seen the Wonder Woman movie, 1984 Wonder Woman movie, you'll catch the reference. It's my watch for when I'm staring at the watch box so long I can't pick a watch. I force myself to wear this one so that I choose better. All right, let me get out my calipers and get to the measurements for you. All right, I guess first I should say I like my dress watches nice and thin so they slip underneath my dress shirts. And my previous dress watch was this Cadison Diamond or Cadison Sapphire, which has a Miyota 9015 in it. And it was pretty thin. Let me get you an exact measurement. So it's got a domed sapphire. It is 10. It's pretty nice and thin. And then this micro-rotor, I was like, man, that must be thinner because the micro-rotor advantage, you know. But let's see exactly what we get here. Yep, 10.2. So is there an advantage to having a micro-rotor? Well, 9015 seemed to get her done, even though they're both domed. I mean, you probably find them in thinner watches. Let me just take a little look-see here. They both look pretty thin. I think the lug-to-lug might be a little longer on this one. Let me get you that. 46.9, very doable. It's a very thin watch, wears great. It is a 39.5, so like a 40. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, 39.7, yeah. And let's see here, your lug-to-lug is 20. Yeah, 20. Crown is a 6 millimeter crown. And the weight, it weighs in at 63.6 grams. And again, I did test this with my diamond selector too, and it is sapphire on the front and back. All right, it looks like it's a little screw down case back. Like little screws kind of screw down case back. All right, let me get her on wrist, show you a little wrist shot. It wears nice and thin. I ended up going with a brown because my Cadison had a black, so I had a black and brown dress watch option. All right, final thoughts. If I do a little wrist roll so you guys can see what she looks like on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Oh, sorry about my rooster. He's learned how to crow now. There you go. Final thoughts. This is a great watch. I'm really happy I found this. This is a steal. This is a beautiful deal. Double sapphire, beautiful movement, nice thin wearing dress watch. And I really like the throwback to the old trench watch dial design there with the small seconds hand, and really looks nice. Gives it some character. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, you can check out my other reviews. Have a good day.